sits there scaring all the Rocks fans. Bang, 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 turn them sideways and stick them straight up. You can't do that. Hell, you can kiss my ass, my ass. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Welcome to John 316 and Proto Man's Under the Ring podcast.
What's going on, people, and welcome to Under the Ring podcast. I'm your host, John 316 here.
Yo, what's going on, people? I'm your man DLB. Me and Proto Man, we had a match. You guys missed it. It was pretty epic. And the stipulation was
a first blood match.
If
DLB
wins the first blood match,
You will never ever see
Proto
man again.
however, if
Proto Man
wins the match,
You will never ever see
DLB.
again. This one way or another will be the end of an era.
it will be the end of an era.
It's the first time that I have ever placed my career,
Proto
man's career, on the line.
End of an era. First blood matchup. Somebody's gonna bleed. Somebody's gonna leave.
This one way or another will be the end of an era.
The first man to bleed loses. It's that simple.
And nonetheless, you're hearing my voice and you're not hearing his, so you know what happened.
Somebody had to go and go for good.
Yeah, and he's out of here. What are we here for, John, man? What are we gonna give the people today? What are we talking about?
Since we've been away for quite some time, we're gonna go back to Seth got hurt, and we're gonna work our way to current times.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Well, let's start. First things first. We saw the video of Seth go down at the house show. You know, man, and me and you, we've had this conversation privately, obviously, because we haven't recorded a podcast. But I really feel that, and I wonder if this is going to change things. I feel that the superstar wrestlers shouldn't be wrestling on the house show. And if they're going to wrestle on the house show, don't do anything stupid. Like that move, for him to be trying to do that move a couple of weeks away from a pay-per-view, it's like you shouldn't be trying any high-risk maneuvers at house shows. I get people want to see their favorite wrestlers, and that's good and that's great. And I know they use the house shows to practice, but I mean, they have this beautiful multi-million-dollar performance center. If you want to practice your moves, go there.
I know, but this is where we're gonna disagree right now. The house shows, what they've always been, what the reason of the house show is for practice. How do you get better? Is you practice. You can't just practice in the performance center like you say, because you need a live audience. You need that reaction. So it's basically, that's what the house shows are basically for. It's them trying new things. That move, I wouldn't really even call that high risk. That was just a freak accident.
No, that was high risk. He should not be coming off the top rope.
Have you not seen his matches? The dude does back moonsaults and stuff.
That's what I'm talking about. At a house show, man, why would you put your body on the line of the house show?
All he did was he just did a reverse. Like, come on, that wasn't anything serious.
He was on the top rope,
Yep.
flipped over,
And the
came
dude
down
standing
on
right
his
under
leg.
him, and he just did a flip over him, and his knee buckled.
That's too much for a house show. I guarantee you, I bet you they learned the lesson. You know how much money they probably lost over this? And they already got people looking at them bad already. Nobody thought Survivor Series was a great pay-per-view. Like, nobody is feeling Sheamus as the champion. It's like the storyline, they literally had to probably scrap majority of Seth Rollins getting hurt didn't affect just the championship run. That affected a whole lot of other people's careers by him getting hurt. Because we don't know what the storyline was for a lot of different wrestlers prior to him getting hurt. Like, him getting hurt screwed up everybody's situation, because that next Monday on Raw, they had to do a tournament. That took a lot of TV time, which means that took, spotlight from other wrestlers or other matches that they probably were going to do for Survivor Series. But they ended up having to do this. Who knows? Like, I don't know if Kevin Owens was originally going to defend his Intercontinental Championship, or he has the Intercontinental, and then I don't know if we don't know if Alberto Del Rio was going to be defending his United States Championship at the pay-per-view. That probably could have screwed Dolph over. I wonder if Dolph would have faced it.
Championship.
Yeah, whatever they want to call that crap. That actually is pretty good storyline. But funny enough, though, and you just sidetracked me.
That's what I do.
I've never been a fan of Jack Swagger, really. Like I've never not liked him. I've never like hated him, but I like how they're bringing him back in because he's been gone for forever.
Forever. I don't want to sound like the authority, but he's like a B grade player to me. That's why I was never really a Jack. I'll even say a C player. I don't even want to give him that much of a props. I don't know. I never was really on the bandwagon of the Jack Swagger, and even when he was with what's his name, the wheelchair dude.
The wheelchair. Oh, I was about to say Seth Logan.
I call him Dutch Mandel from earlier years, but
I can't remember his name right now. Yeah,
it's like Zeb something.
I can't remember his name right now. I'm drawing a blank. Forgive us, people.
Mm-hmm.
We're recording this at 12 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time, 3 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. That's where John's at. So forgive us. We're sleepy, but we're trying to give you guys content, people. But yeah, I know who you. You know what? WWE.com. But yeah,
boy, you know why you do that. I just don't want them. I don't know why they brought him back. Right when I saw him, like right when Alberto Del Rio made his return, before he came out, I'm like, who's it gonna be? I thought they were gonna bring back Jack Swagger and stuff. Yeah. Like, no, please don't. And then I was actually glad they brought Alberto back. Shocker. Never thought that was gonna happen again. Never thought I was gonna see him. Now I'm shocked. I'm thinking we might see Rey Mysterio again. The way it's looking, I wouldn't be shocked.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked to see anybody. To be quite honest with you, between bad blood with Hulk Hogan, bad blood with the Ultimate Warrior. They've had bad blood with so many different wrestlers. I mean, even Chyna, like, you know, in her situation, I wouldn't be shocked if eventually she ends up coming back. Like, you never know with the WWE, man. You never know what to expect. Definitely unpredictable. Extremely unpredictable. So, but, going back to Seth Rollins, so, he got hurt. He's out for the next, was it 6 to 9
months?
Yeah, 6 to 9 months. So that was unfortunate to them. They definitely didn't see that coming. John Cena, he's off doing whatever he's doing. Randy Orton is
shoulder injury. John Cena's doing his reality show.
So,
and now recently, as we're recording this, Cesaro has a shoulder injury, so he's gonna be missing, I think 4 to 6 months.
So yeah, man, a lot of wrestlers are just just dropping by the wayside. So
not taking the vitamins or saying the prayers. It looks like.
Oh man. So it's unfortunate nonetheless to see, what's going on. A lot of people, I don't know if they're going to probably try and bring some NXT wrestlers up sooner rather than later. It's just the talent pool as of right now, it's not horrible, but it's bad. And a lot of it is because they don't have too many main event wrestlers at the moment.
No.
Like,
they're relying too much on what they have already invested.
And Sheamus,
the same people.
It's so Seth gets hurt. Then that brings us to the tournament. Monday Night on Raw. I thought it started off pretty smooth. Triple H and Roman Reigns were in the ring. He's making an offer to Roman Reigns, like, yo, just come on, switch over. He said, no, I'm not going to. I thought for a second there, that Roman Reigns was gonna take it. But then I was like, nah, they're trying to build him up. They're trying to make him like the super heel, or not heel, super babyface. So they're trying to build him up. So they're trying to continue to screw him over, so on and so forth. Um, so I mean, they have the tournament. I don't know why they had so many damn people in the tournament, honestly.
So many people that made no sense, at least. Like, make them plausible people that you actually see hold the title.
Right. Because the people that they had
Whack.
in the beginning stages, it was like you knew who was going to win what. Like,
Yeah,
there
right
was
when
no
you saw
question.
the bracket, I knew what the finals was. Knew it.
There was no upsets, no nothing.
No.
So,
No. Can't say that. Only upset was Ryback versus that new Lucha guy.
okay.
That was the
Well,
only upset really I could see on that card. No one saw that.
yeah, I'll give you that one.
His
So
name Castro, I think I want to say his name is.
I don't know their names
I don't know,
separately.
it's Lucha Dragon guy. Forgive me. 2 strikes.
Lucha Dragon guy.
2 strikes. The taller of the bunch.
So, they do the tournament. The tournament's held on Raw. Then the final four end up being KO, Del Rio, Reigns, Dean Ambrose. Those matches take place. Then it's Dean versus Dean
No,
versus.
you're going too fast. Talk about that match, the Kevin Owens Dean match, and then you got the Alberto Roman Reigns match.
I thought the Dean KO match was better.
Yeah, those two, yes, definitely.
I thought.
More excitement, I thought.
Yeah, I thought that match was better. I Alberto Del Rio, he doesn't do it for me, man. He doesn't do it for me as a wrestler. Like, he has moments. Kevin Owens, damn near every match, he has a great match. He is a great wrestler. He does like things that you wouldn't expect a man of his size to do.
Mm-hmm.
Alberto Del Rio, he's like a hit or a miss, and with certain wrestlers, the chemistry just isn't. It isn't right. It isn't there, and Del Rio versus Roman Reigns, I already knew that was going to be a bad match. It was a bad match in my opinion. I don't know if you liked it.
No,
But so they have those matches, and it ends up being Dean and
Roman Reigns.
At that point, I'm thinking, okay, Dean is about to screw.
That's what I thought. I thought Dean
Excuse
or
me.
Roman. I thought, sure enough, Survivor Series, the history. I thought there was going to be an average screw job or something. One that was going to turn on someone, but
And shockingly enough, that wasn't the case. So then, I'll let you take it from here. Roman Reigns wins the match, and explain to us what happens from there.
when Roman won the match, I was waiting for Sheamus to come out. But then minutes went by, confetti started dropping. I looked at the clock. I'm like, damn, maybe he actually did win this. Maybe they're not. Because then I went back. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, he was the only. They had that Survivor Series match. Sheamus was the only guy left on his team. He took a beating for a while. I'm like, okay, maybe they're not gonna have him come out because he got beat up, so he's not in the best of shape he'd want to be in to cash in. So I'm like, all right, maybe it's not gonna happen. But then all of a sudden Triple H came out, so I'm like, oh man, maybe he's gonna do like the Stone Cold Vince McMahon WrestleMania, shake my hand, heel turn. But then didn't happen. I don't know why. Like we talked about this earlier. This was your point. I definitely agree with you. I don't know why he spared him. It made no sense. He didn't do anything dramatically. He didn't like. I don't know why he did that. Okay, he put him into I can understand that he was the already #1 contender and made him go through a tournament just because he didn't take the easy way. I can see why him being mad at that, but sparing him, it was just didn't do it for me. Put it that way.
No, and it definitely for the same for me. I'm like, why is he spearing Triple? Like he didn't do anything that was disrespectful enough, or nothing along those lines for him to deserve a spear, or for people to be like, to even cheer something like that on. So he spears him, and then at that point, what's his face, Mister Engaged, married, soon to be married man, makes his way. What's his? Why am I forgetting everybody's name this evening?
Maybe you should get Proto back in there. Damn.
You know what? I'm out of here. The Russian dude.
Oh, Rusev.
Yeah, Rusev. So Rusev comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue as to why.
No.
Like, there were so many things that happened in that moment that did not make any sense. Why is Rusev coming out?
I know, and it was at the end of it was like, I don't know. It made no sense there either.
So, go ahead and finish explaining the match for us.
So, then all of a sudden, he spared Triple H, Roman Reigns, and then all of a sudden, all you saw was a big boot, a big bro kick. You know who it was? It was Sheamus, obviously. You see Sheamus, the camera reveals it's him. He cashes in. Again, I don't like when they cash in. There's always confusion. When they cash in, the refs like ring the bell, and then the bell never gets rung, and then they make a big announcement. Like, why do they need to make an announcement? Like, he's cashing in. Like, obviously we know he's cashing in the money in the fucking bank. Like, come on, people. Like, he comes out and gives the big shiny friggin' briefcase to the ref. You know he's cashing in. You think, hold this for me while I pin him when this is not. Come on now. I hate that. And it was always so sloppy. And so then all of a sudden when that happened,
for entertainment purposes, and they built that hype.
Oh, but it's so unnecessary.
I totally get what you're saying though, for sure. Like, he's
so
handling this huge briefcase. Obviously, we know what he's doing.
Like, come on.
But I guess it just has to be officially announced or whatever. Maybe that's what it is.
Even the ref looked like he was like pissed. Like, okay, ring the fucking bell. Like, come on. But then all of a sudden he goes for the pin. 1-2 kick out. I'm like, oh damn, he might actually win. Sheamus is screwed.
Yo, when he kicked out, I was honestly, I was shocked by that because you rarely see that.
Exactly. That's what I said. I'm like, damn, he might actually win this.
So he kicks out.
He kicks out, gets up. Sheamus is flustered. Roman gets up a little fight. Another bro kick. 1, 2, 3. You got the new WWE champion, Sheamus.
To go back to cashing in the Money in the Bank, I wait for the day that somebody cashes in the Money in the Bank and it's like actually, like, not a full match, but just about a 5 to 10 minute tussle in the ring.
See, I haven't I haven't seen it, and this might have happened. I could be wrong. I don't necessarily remember that much of Money in the Bank in the history of this, but there's never been anybody, like, when there's a match started, a guy come out before the match and says, "Hey, I'm cashing in my Money in the Bank," and takes over a spot.
There's nobody. No, that's never happened. Because if anything, what's going to happen is at that point it'll turn into a triple threat match, which I believe they did it like that before, where somebody cashed in to be in a match.
Okay.
But they were just entered into the storyline, and it became a triple threat match. And I can't remember who that. I'll have to look at the
dumbest
history.
man to do it too. That'll be not the time to do it.
Yeah, because once they set it up like that, which is, I don't think they should have initially started it that way. Mm-hmm. I think eventually down the line they should have had some like a huge heel who would have been smart enough to do that to eventually do it. But because now you'll never see any. If you do try to do it the clean way, you look like. But I'm trying to think. Everybody who's done it has been a heel. I'm trying to think. I believe everybody who's cashed in was a heel.
See, I'm not a fan of the Money in the Bank. I think they should just get rid of that. I'm a fan of the concept. No, I'm a fan of the concept, but I'm I'm more of old
Nah,
school. You know what I mean? I'd rather just stick with
like
the Royal Rumble.
I like the Money in the Bank.
Nah,
That's
I
dope.
like it too, but
What I think they should have did is it shouldn't have become its own pay per view. It should have
Yeah.
stayed its own thing at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I dislike about it. Like it should have just like the Royal Rumble has the Royal Rumble. Survivor Series has the Survivor Series match. When there was King of the Ring pay per view, they had a King of the Ring tournament.
Yep.
And then with
why did they call it
WrestleMania,
Survivor Series this year then? If there was no series, like, I don't understand.
they did. They had the.
They had one match, but that wasn't a series. It's called Survivor Series. There was
Well, no,
one match. There was no.
It's always just one match. They never do like a series of Survivor matches throughout the night.
False advertisement.
Every time
The
they
World Series, they play one
Well,
game.
you know what? I used to think that too when they started doing like Hell in a Cell and Elimination Chamber. I was like, dude, all these matches should be in an Elimination Chamber and a Hell in a Cell since they're calling it that. But then I
wanna
was
see a
like,
girls
no,
one eventually. I think that's
because-
gonna happen now. The way Divas division's going, I think that might see a Hell in a Cell or Elimination Chamber down the line. Never say never.
I definitely wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if it was at this year's WrestleMania. So now to get
Ronda
back
Rousey in one chamber.
So fast forwarding forward, or continuing from the end of the match, we have Sheamus as our new WWE champion,
Shaking hands with the boss.
and I don't know. I think I think his time as champion passed. Like, I don't look at him as a champion. Like, I don't. Like, I think Sheamus' time passed.
Yeah.
But they gave him the Money in the Bank, so he was eventually going to be a champion eventually. So, but I don't know. I mean, I know, Sheamus and Triple H are extremely buddy, and that's his guy and all that stuff. But I don't know. I think the cell has set with Roman Reigns with Mustard.
You know how he ain't keeping the
Ketchup.
belt long? Is this when John Cena had the belt? Look at the side plates. You had his own custom side plates. When Seth Rollins was the friggin' champion, he had his own custom side plates.
He hasn't had. Yeah, he just got the championship.
I know, but telling you, the next night he had him. Seth had him the next night after he won him. John Cena had him the next night.
I mean, true. They do have him the next night for sure.
And, like, he won it the night before.
What's his? Does he have a logo though?
I would assume something like an Irish something, a clover. I'd assume something for his Irish. He's gonna have to have something.
Oh yeah, he has that. He has the Celtic.
Yeah, the
has that
Celtic
little
sign,
cross
boom.
thing, yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was not on there, so I don't see him having the belt long.
But even people who haven't held the belt long though, they've still changed it to match, whatever their signature was. So, and that was, so people wouldn't be skeptical. But yeah, they've definitely just threw that on people that they've kind of known to create that perception that, oh yeah, they really are the champion, even though they're only going to have it for till the next pay-per-view. So, all in all, man, he's our champion. What's your take on it? What's your state of WWE right now?
Right now, it's making me. I don't even really feel that I need to watch it. I won't miss a pay-per-view, but the storylines and everything, again, awful. The creative is awful, and I hate saying that because usually it's better than this, but it's awful right now. They're not pushing the right people. They're running around like they got their heads cut off. It's they just need to go back to when it was must-see TV. You had to watch the show. You couldn't change the channel. 'Cause right now, they have more competition. It's a different era. There's more channels. It's not like back when we watched it back in the day. There's more channels. There's more shows out there. You gotta catch their interest. So you gotta have to have something on there. Like back when we watched it, for example, you had basically how does the show start now? You have basically the Authority open up the show every single friggin' night. Every Raw, the Authority opens up the show for half an hour. Then you get you get pretty much like a main event match that should be at the end. They put it on right away, and then you get a couple of fillers, very limited back scene action. If you do, you get like the fake Authority locker room, which is like a curtain. They're behind a curtain, pretty much. That's their locker room now. And then you get like a main event. That's not even really a main event because that already happened at the first match. And then that's how the show goes, and it's 3 hours long. Back in the day when we watched it, back in like the 90s, or late 90s, they had the show open up. They would have like The Rock or Stone Cold open up the show, right? And nowadays, like let's say Brock Lesnar opened up the show. If you open up the show, that's it. That's all you're seeing of him, a major guy like that. You're seeing him at the beginning, that's it. He's leaving right after that. Back then, if The Rock opened up the show, you probably get to see him at the end of the show, or even in the middle. And to keep your interest, like for instance, when Stone Cold got arrested multiple times, when the cops came and he got arrested, you watched the show. You wanted to see what happens. Cause you see Vince going to the ring to make an announcement. You didn't want to miss what he was gonna say, or anything like that. Like they gave you a reason to watch. Now they don't. It's just like they put 3 hours because they want obviously the TV contract that they're getting because they got a TV contract. We're gonna extend your program an hour. You're not gonna refuse money, obviously. Who would? It's America. So they accept the contract, and it's the drizzling shits right now. They need to go back to the 2-hour format. It's way too much wrestling. If they want 3 hours, make it a separate hour show, like a recap show at the beginning of Raw or something at the 8 o'clock to like, and then once it gets to 9, how they used to do Raw, and then once it got to like 9:30, it became Raw is War. Make it a show like that, beginning from 8 to 9. It's like the PG era, and then like 9 to 11. For my time, at least, East Coast time, could be a little bit more edgy and get some watches, some views, because the viewership is awful right now. But that's my rant of the night. How you feeling about that, D?
You know,
What I say wrong?
no, you didn't say anything wrong. I feel that they just need to take a step back. I feel that Raw is too long. It's longer than what it needs to be. I feel that they can either get rid of SmackDown. If they take the hour away, keep SmackDown. If they're going to keep that hour, you might as well just get rid of SmackDown. There's really no point of having SmackDown. A lot of people don't even watch SmackDown.
On Raw, they don't even like advertise, and then nothing like okay, watch SmackDown because this match like they don't. It's actually like on Raw, it's like nothing's gonna happen until next week's Raw. We're not even gonna talk about SmackDown. They don't even mention it like a storyline. Like, it's. I hope it gets better. Supposedly, it's getting better when they move channels. When they switch from Sci-Fi to USA, supposedly SmackDown might go from taped to live, and they might give a little bit more, give it 2 more fucks about it.
Yeah, I don't even know why they would want it to be live. For what?
To give them kids, because basically people know that it's taped, so that people don't feel like they gotta watch it if it's live. People feel like anything could happen. Same reason people watch Raw. Like, realistically, why do you? Because I just ranted about how I didn't enjoy it, but I still watched the whole 3 fucking hours. So I'm a fan. So, and it's live TV. People like live TV. People like live. But
Yeah. But I mean, SmackDown being pre-recorded doesn't really change much, though.
people say so. People say they add the crowd noise and stuff. They do. I
mean, but they could do that on a live show. The same way they're adding freaking thundering and lightning on a live show, they could do the same thing with sound.
I know, but I'm trying to use it.
I mean, who got caught doing that? Didn't you guys get caught doing that? The Patriots?
No, that wasn't the Patriots, guy. We deflated balls.
No, it was Atlanta. They got caught doing that. So
that's so bullshit. Like, who cares? Like, what's that?
Oh no, that matters. You're on that football field and it's already loud, and then you got additional sound. Nah, that's cheat. Nah, come on. You see your team cheating so much, you just think it's okay for
oh God, we're not getting into this now.
So
10-0, baby.
But yeah, Sheamus is a champion. We'll see. I'm not a fan of him being a champion right now, honestly.
It's not gonna last.
I just think that was just their safe bet since he had the Money in the Bank, and he's probably the biggest wrestler right now. Yeah, probably the biggest wrestler at the moment. So they were just like, you know what? Sheamus been the champion. He has the Money in the Bank. Let's just go ahead and go with him until we figure this thing out. So it's pretty messy. But that's all I have, man.
All right, you got John 316 and DLB's opinions of the way wrestling's going, and a little bit of a recap of how we've been seeing it for the past couple weeks. Sorry for the delay of podcast. We'll probably try to get back on that next coming weeks.
Well, you guys will hear a lot more podcasts coming soon. I'm gonna stay on John because this guy.
We'll get a new logo.
We were supposed to do a podcast like some weeks ago. This fool falls asleep.
Guy, you gotta understand. I'm on the East Coast. He's on the West Coast. It's a little bit of time difference. We gotta get our schedules right.
You're always up late. If it was,
but no excuses. I know. I'll be better.
You're turning into Proto Man. I'm gonna have to take the podcast in my own hands.
Don't insult your boy like that. But the guy next to me in the picture, we're gonna have to put your ugly mug on that, and we're gonna have to change the nameplate to DLB, and we'll change that in the next coming weeks and get a new intro. But yeah, until then, guys, we'll see you next time.
Peace.